It was a cold evening in Atlanta. The rain tapped lightly on the windows of the two-story house where 16-year-old Malik lived with his dad, James. The house felt quiet but not peaceful. Something had changed. Malik sat at the top of the stairs, just out of sight, watching the living room below. His dad's fiancée Vanessa stood in the center of the room, holding his dad's phone. She wasn't texting. She wasn't calling. She was deleting things fast. Malik leaned forward, confused. Why was she deleting so many messages? From who? Suddenly, Vanessa looked up. Malik froze, her eyes locked on the staircase. For one long second, she didn't move. Then, slowly, she smiled. But it wasn't a warm smile. It was controlled. That smile sent a chill down Malik's spine. He stood up and walked downstairs like he hadn't seen anything. "Hey, Vanessa," he said, trying to sound normal. "Oh, hi, sweetie," she replied sweetly, sliding the phone into her pocket. "Just clearing some old stuff. Your dad's messages are a mess." Malik nodded, but something didn't feel right. That night Malik sat on his bed, thinking. Vanessa had been living with them for 6 months. She moved in only 3 months. After meeting his dad, she was beautiful, smart, and always said the right things. Everyone liked her, but Malik didn't trust her at first. It was small things, like how she never let him touch her purse, or how she always locked her room, even when going to the kitchen. Then there were the strange phone calls. She spoke in a soft voice late at night, sometimes in English, sometimes in a language Malik didn't understand. Once, he heard her say, he still doesn't suspect a thing. When he asked who she was talking about, she laughed and said it was a TV show. But tonight felt different. She had been deleting something, and that smile like she was hiding something big. Malik knew one thing for sure. Vanessa wasn't just a pretty face. She was up to something. The next day at school, Malik told his best friend. "Jason, bro, you're overthinking," Jason said, chewing on his sandwich. "Maybe she was just cleaning up messages." Malik shook his head. "She deleted like in 1 minute, and she saw me watching but acted like nothing happened." Jason raised an eyebrow. "That is weird. And she's always locking her room," Malik added. "Who does that in their own house?" Jason leaned in. "You thinking what I'm thinking?" Malik nodded slowly. "I think she's hiding something." After school, Malik came home early. His dad wasn't home yet. Vanessa was in her room. He quietly walked to the office where his dad kept old files. Maybe Vanessa had used the computer. Maybe he could find something. He turned on the desktop and clicked through recent files. Nothing useful. Then he saw something strange. A hidden folder named finance_2022, created just a few days ago. He clicked on it, but it asked for a password. He tried a few guesses. Vanessa's birthday, her name, even his dad's birthday. Nothing worked. Why is a folder about finances locked? He whispered to himself. Suddenly he heard footsteps. He quickly turned off the screen and ducked under the desk. Vanessa walked past the room, heels clicking on the wooden floor. She didn't stop. Malik waited a few minutes before getting up. His heart was beating fast. Something was definitely wrong. That night, after dinner, Malik asked his dad, "Hey, do you trust Vanessa?" His dad looked up from his phone. "Of course. Why?" "I don't know," Malik said carefully. She acts weird sometimes, always locking her door. And I think she's hiding things from you." James laughed. "Malik, come on. You've never liked her." "That's not true. I'm not sure she's who she says she is." James sighed. "Listen, I know you miss your mom, but Vanessa is trying hard. She loves me. She loves this family." Malik didn't argue, but he didn't believe it either. He couldn't explain it, but deep inside, he felt something dark around Vanessa. Later that night, Malik sat in bed, unable to sleep. Around 2 a.m., he got up to drink water. As he passed by the air vent in the hallway, he heard voices. He stopped and leaned closer. It was Vanessa. Her room was right below the vent. She was whispering. At first, he couldn't hear clearly, but then her voice rose a little. "He'll be gone in a few days. We move fast." Then silence. Malik's hands started to sweat. Who would be gone? His dad? She spoke again. "Yes, I'm sure he has no idea. Not even the kid suspects." Malik stepped back slowly, heart racing. She was talking about them, about his dad, about him. The next morning, Malik acted normal. He smiled, ate breakfast, and went to school like everything was fine. But inside, he was shaking. At lunch, he told Jason everything. "You need to record it," Jason said. "Proof. Then maybe your dad will believe you." That evening, Malik placed his phone inside the hallway vent, recording voice memos. He waited quietly in his room. After midnight, the whispering started again. Malik's hands trembled as he pressed his ear to the wall. Vanessa's voice was softer this time, but one line was clear. "We do it next Thursday. No mistakes." The next morning, Malik listened to the recording. The voice was soft, but clear enough. He saved the file, emailed a copy to himself, and deleted it from the phone, just in case. He knew one thing now. Vanessa wasn't just hiding something, she was planning something dangerous. And he only had 1 week to find out what. Malik sat on his bed, holding his phone tightly. The recorded voice message played again. "We do it next Thursday. No mistakes." The voice was clear. It was Vanessa. She was planning something serious, something dangerous. But what? And who was she talking to? Malik knew he couldn't wait. He had 6 days left at school. Malik met Jason in the library. She's hiding something. She's not who she says she is, Malik whispered. Jason leaned in. Let's find out who she really is. They opened Malik's laptop and searched her full name, Vanessa Moore. A few social media profiles came up, but none looked real. Nope, old posts. No family photos. And all the accounts were created in the last 3 years. No high school, no college records, Jason said, frowning. That's impossible. Malik clicked on images. Nothing. He tried reverse image search on a picture he had taken of Vanessa. A minute later, results appeared. Malik's heart skipped a beat. Name, Isabel Grant. Wanted for fraud. Last seen in Florida, 5 years ago. He clicked on the link. There it was. Same face. Different name. Jason stared at the screen. Dude, that's her, Malik whispered. She lied about everything. That night, Malik didn't sleep. He sat by the window, watching the street. He couldn't tell his dad not yet. His dad was in love. He wouldn't believe it. He needed real proof. So Malik made a plan. He would search Vanessa's locked room, but he had to wait until she left. The next day, Malik pretended to be sick and stayed home. Around 11 a.m., Vanessa left the house with a small black purse. Malik waited 5 minutes, then grabbed a small paperclip and walked to her door. The lock was simple. Click. The door opened. Vanessa's room was neat, too neat, like a hotel. Numbered photos, no mess, no signs of a normal life. Malik checked drawers. Nothing personal, only a few books and makeup. Then, he noticed something strange, a bookshelf that looked newer than the rest of the furniture. He tapped the wood. Hollow. He pulled it forward, slowly, and found a narrow space behind it. A secret staircase. Malik's heart pounded. He stepped down the stairs carefully. The air was cold and dusty. At the bottom was a small attic-like room, dark and quiet. In the center, a desk with a laptop. Beside it, a metal briefcase. On the wall, maps, notes, bank account numbers. One thing stood out. A large photo of Dad, James, circled in red ink. Next to it, the word Target. Malik's hands shook. He opened the briefcase. Inside were fake passports, bundles of cash, and 5 different ID cards, all with Vanessa's face and different names. She's not just lying, Malik whispered. She's living a double life. He turned on the laptop. A password screen appeared. Malik tried typing Vanessa, then Isabel. Nothing worked. Suddenly he heard the sound of a car pulling into the driveway. She was back. Malik panicked. He closed the briefcase, pushed the bookshelf back, and ran upstairs. He barely made it to his room before the front door opened. He pressed his back against the wall. Heart racing. Footsteps. Vanessa was walking toward his room. She paused outside, then walked away. That night, Malik whispered everything to Jason on a video call. She's planning something big. My dad is the target, Malik said. I think she's part of a group, maybe a criminal ring. Jason looked nervous. You have to go to the police. No, Malik said. I'm going higher. I'm going to the FBI. The next morning, Malik wrote a long email. He explained everything. The secret room, the fake IDs, the recording. He attached the photo of the circled target and hit send. Now he had to wait. But the wait didn't last long. That afternoon, something strange happened. School suddenly shut down. Students were sent home early. Teachers looked confused. There was no explanation, just a message. Due to safety concerns, all students must leave immediately. Malik looked around. A black car was parked across the street, the same car he had seen 2 nights ago. Jason walked up beside him. You don't think? Malik nodded. They know. Malik reached home. The house was quiet. Vanessa was in the kitchen, making tea. She looked at him calmly. How was school? She asked. Fine, he said, trying to keep his voice steady. Smiled again, that same cold smile. Then she said, some people don't know when to stay out of things. Malik's stomach dropped. Did she know about the email? He walked upstairs slowly, locked his room, and sat by the window. Outside, the black car was gone, but something told him this wasn't over. Malik couldn't sleep. His heart was heavy, and his mind kept racing. Someone shut down his school. A black car was watching him. Vanessa smiled like she knew his secret. And worst of all, his dad still didn't believe him. Every second felt more dangerous. Malik stared at his laptop. He kept checking his email. No reply from the FBI. Did they even read it? He whispered. Just then, a knock on the door made him jump. It was Vanessa. Malik, she said sweetly through the door. Can we talk? Malik stayed silent. I know things have felt strange lately, she continued, but I really care about you. I want us to be close. Malik forced a reply. I'm tired. Maybe tomorrow. She waited a second, then walked away. He waited until her footsteps faded, then took a deep breath. He had to go back to the attic. This time, he didn't wait for her to leave. He waited until after midnight. Vanessa was asleep. His dad was on a business trip and wouldn't be home until Sunday. Malik tiptoed down the hallway, opened her door with the paperclip again, and moved straight to the bookshelf. Slide. Stepped down the narrow stairs. This time, he brought a flashlight. The room looked darker than before, and colder. The briefcase was still there, The laptop still locked. But Malik noticed something new. On the floor, under the desk, was a small metal box. Locked, he picked it up carefully and slid it into his backpack. Then, he turned his flashlight on the wall. His mouth dropped open. There were photos taped to the wall, dozens of them. His dad at work. His dad at home. Even Malik leaving school, eating lunch with Jason, walking the dog. She had been watching them for months. Below each photo were notes, some in English, some in another language. He found a large map pinned beside it. Atlanta. Several places were circled. One circle was over their house, another over his dad's office, and one marked with just 2 words, final drop. But Malik pulled out his phone and took pictures of everything. Every photo, every note, every map. He copied the files from the briefcase again, and slid them into a folder on his USB. He was about to leave when his flashlight landed on a dusty envelope tucked behind the map. He opened it slowly. Inside were 3 photographs, all old, faded, but familiar. One showed a young woman, his mother. Malik's eyes widened. She looked happy, healthy, but something was wrong. The date in the corner, 2019, that was 2 years after she was supposed to have died. In a car crash. Suddenly, footsteps creaked above him. Vanessa, she was awake. Malik turned off the flashlight and hid. Behind a shelf, he heard her move around the bedroom above, then walk down the hallway. She was checking the rooms. Maybe she heard something. Maybe she felt something was wrong. Malik crouched low and stayed silent. Minutes passed like hours, then the sound of a phone call. Her voice was soft but serious. Yes, I've checked the files. The boy is getting too close. We may need to move early. Malik felt his chest tighten. She continued, we'll stick to the original plan, but I want everything ready by Monday. Another pause, then her voice became sharper. What about the FBI? Are they watching? A pause. Then good, I'll handle the kid. The line went silent. Malik didn't move until she walked back to her room. He climbed up the stairs slowly, replaced the bookshelf, and returned to his room without making a sound. He didn't sleep that night. Instead, he stared at the photo of his mother live in 2019. She lied about everything, he whispered, and now Vanessa was planning something even bigger. The next morning, Malik met Jason in a quiet park. He showed him the photos, the maps, the recording, and the image of his mom. Jason looked pale. This is serious, man. This is bigger than you thought. I think she's working with someone, Malik said. Maybe a group, maybe more. Did you find out what final drop means? Malik shook his head. Not yet. Jason looked at him. You need help? Real help. FBI? Malik nodded. I emailed them again. This time with everything. He pulled out the USB. If anything happens to me, send this to every news station you can. Jason took it, his hand shaking. Malik looked at him. Serious. Promise me. I promise. That night, Malik sat by the window again. Vanessa was laughing downstairs, watching a movie. She acted like nothing was wrong. But Malik knew the truth now, and soon. The world would 2 days had passed. Still no reply from the FBI. Malik was getting nervous. The air in the house felt heavier. Vanessa smiled more than usual, but her eyes stayed cold, watching him, testing him. He had one goal now, open the password-protected laptop, because he was sure the real truth was in there. That morning, Malik waited until Vanessa left for yoga class. He hurried down to the secret room again, this time with Jason on a video call, still locked. Jason asked. Malik nodded. Yeah, I tried everything. Jason thought for a second. Try one more. Her real name, Isabel Grant, 1990. Typed it in. Click. It worked. The laptop opened. A folder popped up immediately. It was called Project Orchid. Another called Final Drop Plan. But the one that caught Malik's eye was named Target, all in capital letters. He opened it. Inside were scanned documents, photos, and one video file. Malik clicked. The video. It began with shaky camera footage of a hospital room. His mother Liv was lying in a bed, scared, whispering something. If you're watching this, they found me. I'm not dead. They lied. James, Malik, please stay away. Then, the screen went black. Malik froze. His mom was alive, and she had been trying to send a message. Jason's voice came through the phone. Did she just say, she's not dead? Malik nodded slowly, staring at the dark screen. I think Vanessa helped make her disappear, he said, and now she's doing it again with my dad. He opened the next document. It was a step-by-step plan. Step 1, gain access through relationship. Step 2, monitor subjects, finances, passwords, identity. Step 3, remove all connections. Step 4, final drop, identity switch. Eliminate witnesses. Malik's blood turned cold. The final drop wasn't just about money. It was about erasing someone from their life completely, like they never existed. He clicked on a subfolder, titled James, Timeline. It had every detail about his dad's life. Bank accounts, emails, work contacts, even his birth certificate. Everything someone would need to become him. She's going to take his identity, Malik whispered. And what about you, Jason? Asked. Malik opened another file. It was a list of unnecessary links, and his name was on it. Malik stepped back from the desk, shaking. I'm one of the loose ends. He heard the front door open upstairs. Vanessa was home. Malik quickly transferred the entire folder to a new USB and turned off the laptop. He quietly climbed up, replaced the bookshelf, and returned to his room just in time. Outside, Vanessa walked calmly down the hall. She didn't knock. She just paused at his door. And waited, then walked away that night. Malik stayed up again. He thought about everything, the video of his mother, the plans, the word eliminate. He pulled out the USB and looked at the list again. His name, his dad's name, even Jason's name. They were all targets. He knew what he had to do. He opened his email and wrote one line to the FBI. If you don't respond, people will die. I have full evidence. Send someone now. He attached the folder, pressed send, and waited. The next morning, someone knocked on the door. It wasn't Vanessa, it wasn't James. Malik opened it slowly. Two people stood outside. Suits, badges. Malik, James, the woman asked. He nodded, eyes wide. We're from the FBI. We need to talk. Malik stepped aside and let them in. They moved fast. Vanessa was still asleep. One agent stayed with Malik. The other walked quietly toward Vanessa's room. A few minutes later, they walked out with her in handcuffs. Her eyes burned with anger. But she didn't say a word. Where's my dad? Malik asked, his voice shaking. The agent looked at him kindly. He's safe. We intercepted the final drop plan last night. He's been moved. He'll be home soon. Malik felt the weight in his chest start to lift. But there was one more question. What about my mom? He asked. She's alive. I saw the video. The agent nodded. We're checking every hospital, every clue. If she's alive, we'll find her. Malik sat down slowly. Vanessa was gone. But the truth wasn't finished yet. Not until he found his mother. Malik sat in the living room with the two FBI agents. Vanessa was now in federal custody. His dad was on his way back from the safe house. And yet his heart was still not at peace. He couldn't stop thinking about the video. His mother lay, afraid, whispering for help. The image kept playing in his mind like a broken memory. They found me. I'm not dead. That wasn't just a video. That was a cry for help. Agent Brooks, the older of the two agents, sat beside Malik. You did something brave, he said gently. If you hadn't sent that file, your father wouldn't be alive right now. Malik nodded, but his eyes were on the USB in his hand. I need to find her, he said. My mom. Agent Brooks paused. We're working on it. That video you found, do you know where it was recorded? Malik thought back. No hospital name, just a window, with a strange symbol outside. He opened his laptop and replayed the video again. They watched the background carefully. There for a split second, outside the window a sign on a nearby building, Red Valley Health Center. Brooks leaned forward. That's not in Georgia. He made a call. Within minutes, they confirmed it. Red Valley Health Center was a small, private medical clinic in New Orleans. Malik's heart began to race. Book us a flight, Agent Brooks told the other agent. We're going now. By sunset, Malik was flying across the country with the FBI. He didn't sleep during the flight. His eyes stared out the window, hands shaking. He had imagined this moment for years, seeing his mom again. But now, he didn't know if she was really there, or even alive. What if it was too late? They reached the clinic at 2 a.m. The building was quiet, almost abandoned. One old nurse was on duty. We don't treat many patients now, she said. Most rooms are empty. Agent Brooks showed the video still. Do you recognize this woman? The nurse squinted. Her name was Alina, I think. She was brought here under protection, but she disappeared. Years ago, Malik felt his heart drop. Disappeared, he asked. The nurse nodded. Two people came, said they were family. Took her away. No questions asked. Brooks frowned. Do you have any record of who signed her out? The nurse went to the back. She returned with an old logbook. There it was. A signature. Isabel Grant. Vanessa's real name. She found her, Malik said softly. She took her. Agent Brooks stared at the name. No, Malik. Look at the second signature. Below Isabel's was another name. Carla Dorsey. Malik blinked. Who's that? Brooks stepped outside to make a call. 10 minutes later, he came back. Serious. Carla Dorsey isn't just anyone. She's a ghost. Fake identity. Connected to multiple disappearances. Another one of them? Malik asked. Brooks nodded. Vanessa wasn't working alone. She's part of something much bigger. They searched the clinic room where his mother had once stayed. Old clothes, a few broken items. Then Malik found something, a note, torn, hidden behind the dresser. He pulled it out carefully. It was barely readable, but he could make out a few words. Malik, if you find this, they've taken me. Keep looking. Trust no one. Tears filled his eyes. She had been fighting, hoping, waiting for him. And now, he was closer than ever, back at the hotel. Agent Brooks handed Malik a warm drink. We'll keep chasing this trail, but for now, you need rest. Malik looked up. I don't want rest. I want answers. Brooks nodded slowly. Then we keep going. Later that night, Malik sat alone in the hotel room, holding the note. He opened his laptop and started a new video message. My name is Malik James. My mom was taken. The woman who tried to marry my dad was part of something big. This isn't just about my family anymore. If you're watching this, help me find her. Help me finish what she started. He posted the video anonymously. Within hours, it went viral. The world was now watching, and whoever was behind this, they were watching too. Malik's video spread like fire. Millions watched it. Thousands commented. Some said they believed him. Others called it fake. But one comment stood out. I know where Carla Dorsey is. No profile picture. No name. Just that line and coordinates in Louisiana. SWAMPLAND. Malik showed it to Agent Brooks. It could be bait, the agent said carefully. A setup, I know, Malik said. But what if it's real? The next morning, they drove out to the edge of the swamp. No houses. Just trees, water, and silence. The coordinates led to an old fishing cabin. Broken windows, no lights. We go in together, Agent Brooks said. Stay behind me. They stepped inside. The smell of rot filled the air. Broken chairs. Rusty tools. Old newspapers, but no people. It looked abandoned until Malik saw something strange. A photo lying on the floor. He picked it up. It was him, taken last week. Brooks' phone buzzed. He looked at the screen, then turned pale. Malik, get down now. Malik dropped instantly. A second later, crack, a bullet smashed through the window, missing them by inches. Sniper, Brooks shouted. Back door go. They ran through the back, into the woods. Another shot. Then silence. Someone had lured them here. It was never about helping. It was a trap. They hid under a fallen tree until the sound of a boat engine faded in the distance. Back in the car, Brooks slammed the door shut, furious. They're watching your every move, he said. Posting that video lit a fire. Now they want to erase you. But why didn't they just kill me earlier? Malik asked. Brooks looked at him. Because you're the bait now. Back at the FBI office, they checked nearby camera footage. One blurry frame showed a tall woman walking from the cabin. They enhanced the image. Carla Dorsey, still alive, still free, and not alone. Next to her was another woman, older, weak, pale. Malik leaned forward. His heart stopped. It was his mother. She was alive, but being moved again? We need a plan, Malik said. They'll just disappear with her again. Brooks nodded slowly, and I think I know how to stop them. That night, Malik made a second video. This time, he spoke with calm fire in his voice. You wanted me quiet, but I won't be. You tried to trap me. You failed. I know who Carla Dorsey is. I know where you're taking my mom, and this time, we'll be waiting. He sent it straight to the same account that left the swamp comment. A challenge, a warning, and a trap of his own. The next day, the FBI set up a fake transfer van. The plan was to lure Carla and her group out into the open. They spread a fake story online. FBI moving Malik to safe zone, unguarded. Malik sat in the decoy van. Hidden body armor, hidden mic. His hands were shaking. He was the bait. Now suddenly, a black van pulled up behind them. 3 figures jumped out. Guns drawn. The trap had worked. But something was wrong. One of them wasn't Carla. The woman in charge was taller, colder. She pulled off her mask and Malik's eyes widened. It was someone else entirely. Where's my mom? He asked, stunned. The woman smiled. You were never the target. Malik stared at the woman in front of him. Not Carla, not Vanessa. Someone new, someone powerful. She had sharp eyes, calm hands, and a cold smile. Who are you? Malik asked, voice shaking. The woman leaned in. You've been chasing the wrong people, she said. Carla, Vanessa. They're just workers. Then who are you? She smiled. I'm the one who owns the company. Before Malik could speak, Agent Brooks and the FBI stormed in. Drop your weapon, they shouted. The woman didn't move. She raised her hands, slowly but calmly, as if she had expected this. They handcuffed her and pulled her out of the van. Malik stepped out, breathing hard, but his heart wasn't calm, because this woman, this boss, had something in her eyes, something unfinished. Back at headquarters, Brooks sat with Malik. She's not talking, he said. She's trained, probably former intelligence. Malik leaned forward. Then we follow the money. The plans? She's not the top. Brooks nodded. I think you're right. We checked her phone. You won't believe who she messaged last. He turned his laptop and showed Malik a message. To James A. Jameson, everything is almost ready. The son is more useful than expected. Malik froze. James A. Jameson. His dad. No, Malik whispered. That can't be. That evening, Malik waited for his dad to arrive. James walked into the FBI safe house. Tired but smiling. Malik, he said, opening his arms. But Malik didn't move. He held up the phone. What is this? He asked, voice cold. James looked at the screen, then looked away. I can explain, he said softly. Malik's eyes narrowed. Did you know where Mom was? Did you know what they were doing? James sat down. I was trying to protect you, he said. They came to me after your mother disappeared. Said they'd kill you if I didn't cooperate. Malik stepped back. You worked for them. James lowered his head. I thought I could control it. I thought I could stop it from the inside. But I was wrong. Vanessa went too far. Malik stared at his father for a long time, then asked one question. Where is she? James looked up slowly. I don't know. Malik turned to Agent Brooks. He's lying. The next day, the FBI traced a private jet linked to the woman they captured. It had landed in a remote airstrip in South America only a few days ago. records showed 2 women stepped off that plane. One matched Carla's height. The other was in a wheelchair. Agent Brooks looked at Malik. It could be her. Malik nodded. I'm going. Brooks shook his head. It's too risky. Malik leaned closer. She's my mom. I've come this far. I'm not stopping now. Later that night, Malik found an envelope under his hotel pillow. No name, just a note. She's alive. Come. Alone. CD inside was a photo. His mother tied to a chair. Tears in her eyes. Behind her, Carla. Smiling. The trap had reset. But this time Malik was ready. The air was hot and heavy as Malik stepped off the small plane in the middle of nowhere. A village near the edge of a jungle. Quiet, still watching. He had come alone just as the note demanded, but his mic was hidden. Agent Brooks and the FBI were watching from a satellite. His heartbeat was steady, his eyes sharp. He wasn't the same scared boy from a few weeks ago. He had come to bring his mother home. A black Jeep waited at the dusty road. Carla Dorsey stood beside it. Cool. Her smile sharp as a knife. Malik, she said. So brave, just like your mother. Where is she? He asked. Carla waved him in. She's waiting. But first we talk. They drove through trees in silence. Carla spoke softly, like a teacher. We don't steal lives, Malik, we rebuild. Then we take what's broken and create power. You erased people, Malik snapped. You made my father lie. You tortured my mom. Carla laughed lightly. We gave your father a choice. He chose comfort. Malik's jaw tightened. And me. You ruined everything. They reached an old house, tall walls, dark windows. Carla led Malik inside. There, in a small room, sat his mother Alina. Thin, weak, but alive. Her eyes lit up when she saw him. She whispered. Malik rushed to her. I'm here. I found you. She cried in his arms. Years of pain, fear, and silence falling away in seconds. Carla stepped forward, holding a phone. One call, Malik, say the word, and she lives. Malik stood up slowly. Let her go. Carla raised an eyebrow. And what will you give me? Malik pulled out a small recorder from his pocket. I already gave the FBI everything. Every file, every message, every voice. He pressed play. Carla's voice came through, crystal clear. We don't steal lives, Malik, we rebuild them. She froze. Malik stepped forward. And right now, they're listening. Outside, helicopters roared above the jungle. FBI agents burst through the trees. Carla's face turned pale. She tried to run, but the doors burst open. Agents swarmed in. Hands up. Carla was tackled to the ground. Malik held his mother close. You're safe now, Mom, I promise. 1 week later, Malik and Alina sat in their home. Quiet, peaceful. James's father was under arrest. Facing trial, Vanessa was already gone. Carla too, but the organization? Broken because Malik exposed it to the world. His videos shared everywhere. People listened, and people acted. Malik opened his laptop and recorded one final message. This started as a story about my dad's fiancée, but it became something bigger about control, truth, and what people will do to protect power. I was just a kid trying to save my family, and now, I'm a voice for those who can't speak. If you're still watching, never stop asking questions, because one voice can change everything.